At the end of this video, you should know exactly how to price your website depending on a bunch of factors, so keep watching. Alright everybody, one of the biggest things I had a problem with starting off selling websites is pricing. And that's one is because I had a scarcity mindset. I thought that because it took me such little amount of time that it was worth so little. Which I had to get over personally, and you might have to get over too, because if you're selling websites for like 500 bucks or 200 bucks, you're wasting time, and you need to realize that that's taking food out of your family and your own mouth when you sell yourself short. So like, don't do that anymore. There's a bunch of books on how to build up this type of confidence and learn that your skill is worth something, and that's why somebody's paying you to do it. So charge them right. There's psychological things that happen when you charge people more. I've noticed and I've been taught that when you charge someone less money, they seem to think that it's broken, and they are more of a bother. They're more of a bother. The people who you charge the least will be the biggest pain in the ass. When you have the balls to charge someone thousands and thousands of dollars, they believe that you know what you're doing, and they don't bother you nearly as much, and they respect you, and they don't keep antagonizing you. One mentor told me, he said, think about your best and your worst customer. How much did you charge your worst one, and how much did you charge your best one? So think about that in your head. I think it's pretty shocking that price differences actually make a huge difference in the quality of the person that you're working with. They respect you a lot more. We can either do a flat fee or a monthly fee. There's two ways you can find this out. There's a way you can find this out. Are you going to have to do maintenance to this thing? Do they want maintenance? Ask them if they want maintenance. Do they want some type of SEO? You already have these guys. They already trust you. They already trust you. So sell them as much as you can. If they want the monthly, give them the monthly. That's your second best option right there. If you don't want the flat, you want the monthly. So if they are willing to buy the monthly, pitch it to them. Just say, hey, are you going to need some type of maintenance? You want to make sure that that I'm looking at the security. Are you going to need to update these pages every now and again? And make a contract and figure out exactly what type of maintenance the guidelines go through, because you don't want someone to be able to say, hey, we want to change the theme right now. It's theme time, and they do that like twice a year. You're going to be, really upset if that happens. So make sure that these are just basic monthly maintenance and light changes, and that's totally clear to both parties. You also want to put into consideration, do these people have their domain somewhere else? Do you have to transfer the domain somewhere? Are you going to host the domain? Are they going to host the domain? If they're going to host the domain, how long is it going to take them to go to GoDaddy or Bluehost to just fill it out and then give you the username and password? Is that going to take them a long time? Can they do it now? Are you confident in your customer? And base it in your head like that. If this customer is going to be a pain in the ass, charge them more. You deserve it. Another thing to take into consideration is, do these guys have all of their content? Do they have a logo? Do they want a logo? Sell them a logo if they don't have a logo. Do they have any pictures? Do they want pictures? Sell them some pictures. Take pictures. Bring a big ass camera over there to, say it's a restaurant. Be like, you guys don't have any pictures? Let's go. Ping pang. I mean, you have them as a customer, so sell them as much as you can. Super important. Super important. That's an add-on. That's extra money. That's extra money in your pocket when you sell them more stuff. So if they don't have any content, you can either go ahead and add to your package these things and say, hey, your logo is going to be 200 bucks, and these professional photos, if you have like a nice Canon, say it's going to be 400 bucks, and you can send it to them in their email. They can use those pictures for as long as they want, and it'll go on the website too. So you just rounded up an extra $500 for your site. If they do have all of this, how long is it going to take for them to give it to you, and what's the quality? Because if it's going to take them a long time to give it to you and the quality is poor, then you're going to have to tell them, hey, we can't use this. And that takes you time, so you should consider that you just consulted them that they shouldn't use this. So that's more money on your side. And you have to have the confidence to tell these people that their stuff is garbage sometimes, because it really is garbage sometimes, a lot of the times. So if they don't have the content, make the content for them, charge them for the content. Don't ever do content for free. That stuff is a pain in the butt. Revisions are a big deal. How do you know when you're done? Who needs to see it? How many people? I've noticed that the most people, if there's more people, more chiefs than there are Indians in the company, and they're all looking at the website, they're all going to have their own little opinion. They're going to say, yeah, well, you should change this, and then that looks like that. And they all just kind of want to outsmart themselves, you know, and they want to look like the smartest one in the room because they thought of something that should be on the website. And then you're in the middle like, wow, I can't wait to get paid because I've been working on this website for months, and they keep on changing their mind. So make sure that you have at least one revision. You say, hey, we get one revision. If you want to pay more money, then we can do more revisions. But we're not going to sit around and we're going to look at this website and you know, do that, because that's hell. I've had that happen to me before. It's not fun. Also, you have to determine how many pages they want, what type of pages they need, and all of that junk. So if they want a home, about, contact us, a search page, and a blog, that's pretty basic. If they want anything more than that, then you should charge them a little bit more per page, depending on how long the page is too. And that's another part that's a little bit difficult. Do these guys have an idea of what they want on these pages? Most of these people don't have an about already written out. Do they have the about text? Do they have the about content? Are you making the about content? And how long is the about content going to take to get to you? This all needs to be very clear in the beginning. You shouldn't be watching this video thinking that you're going to change a current client. This is for the future, and hopefully you don't stub your toes like I did a million times to get this right. Fast, good, and cheap. You can only have 2 of these traits, and the client needs to know this too. And if they want something fast and cheap, it's not going to be good. If they want something good and fast, it's not going to be cheap. If they want something cheap and good, it's not going to be fast. And I think that the biggest misunderstanding when you do a website or any type of digital work is people need to establish this chart first. Say, you know, draw it out for them. Say, hey, pick 2, because you can't have 3. And people think that they really think they can have 3 when they hire people, and you cannot have all 3. You just can't. I'm sorry. Establish the fast, cheap, good triangle here, and make sure that they know that, because you cannot have all 3. You'll beat yourself to the ground, and you'll be worn out and broke at the same time, and wanting to quit, and you probably will. And a lot of people do that. So thank you guys for watching this video. We have a ton of videos about digital marketing, about web design, about all of that, just a bunch of free tutorials. So if you want to go down there, click that subscribe button. If we get 100 subscribers before 2019, guess what I'll do? I'll buy a new webcam, because look at how ugly this thing is. Look at it. Oh my gosh. That is old. That's a 2005 Logitech I won in a Super Smash Brothers competition that I cheated in. Who has that? This thing is gross. So if I get to 100, I'll invest. So hit that subscribe button, and we will be making these vids.